Hello, white people. Oh my gosh, Coca-Cola has stepped in it. Coca-Cola faces backlash saying Be Less Who White learning plan was about workplace inclusion. Coca-Cola facing mounting backlash from conservatives online has responded to allegations of anti-who white rhetoric after an internal whistleblower leaked screenshots of diversity training materials that encourages staff to try to be less who white. On Friday, Karlin Borisenko, what is up with this gal? She's on YouTube all of a sudden. She's a leftist, and now all of a sudden she becomes pro-white. And I mean, she's more convincing than what's her face? Candace Owens was. You know, Candace Owens was completely fake. But why is Karlin Borisenko in Newsweek? She's an activist who supports banning critical race theory, shared images from an internal whistleblower of the company's online racism training. The slides included tips to learners on how to be less white, less arrogant, less certain, less defensive, less ignorant, and more humble. In the U.S. and other Western nations, who white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are who white. Now I'm going to stop here. It's not that white people are, it's quite the opposite. It's white people are told to be ashamed for being white, and non-white people are shamed for not being white enough. What a friggin' disaster. No wonder people are so confused these days. Anyway, so it says research shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it is better to be who white. Like I said, black people or not blacks, just all non-whites are being shamed for not being white enough. That's sad. A Coca-Cola spokesperson confirmed that the course is part of a learning plan to help build an inclusive workplace, but also noted that the video circulating on social media is from a publicly available LinkedIn learning series and is not a focus of our company's curriculum. Our Better Together Global Learning curriculum is part of a learning plan to help build an inclusive workplace, the spokesperson said in a statement. It is comprised of a number of short vignettes, each a few minutes long. The training includes access to LinkedIn learning on a variety of topics, including on diversity, equity, and inclusion. The company was referring to a YouTube video shared online by Borisenko, during which she discusses and displays screenshots from the LinkedIn training course by American bestseller Robin DiAngelo. Antiracism training has become a divisive topic in America in response to the police killing of George Floyd. Oh my God, we're never going to stop hearing about that George Floyd person. Liberals and progressives ramped up efforts to address systemic racism and view such training as necessary. Proponents of critical race theory have called for who white people to acknowledge the advantages of being who white for a more equitable society. Aw, their utopia. If only white people were less white and brown people were less brown, the world would be a perfect place, wouldn't it? On the other hand, some conservatives deny the impact of widespread institutional racism, and others believe, there is no institutional racism except against whites. And others believe that diversity training is being weaponized against the American people. Many took to Twitter to criticize the Be Less White language used in LinkedIn diversity training materials used by Coca-Cola. Conservative political commentator Candace Owens railed against Coca-Cola and urged I know this is just becoming gossip. Candace Owens urged employees to file lawsuits against the company. No, you don't file lawsuits. You turn them into labor and industry. If a corporate company sent around a training kit instructing black people how to be less black, the world would implode and lawsuits would follow. I genuinely hope these employees sue Coca-Cola for blatant racism and discrimination, she tweeted. Joshua Foxworth, who ran for the House to represent Texas's 14th congressional district in 2020, tweeted, "If your congressman does nothing when Coca-Cola tells its employees to try to be less white, but would rush to any available mic if this was said about any other race, it can truly be said that they represent every American in their district, or just the ones the media allows." All right, I don't want to read anymore because it's talking about people, quoting people. Like, I don't really care. It is an issue that Coca-Cola is involved in trying to, and just the whole propaganda, and, it hurts everybody across the board. At first I thought this was just a target or an attack on white people. It's not. It's, it's an attack on all of us, really. All right, white people, that's the damage for now. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your thoughts below.